Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining today's Global Harmonization. Glad to have you here. Grateful to be able to share this every day with all of you all that join in. It means a lot to me to be able to bring a little bit extra light into the world. And this is one of my ways of doing it. And in a constant, consistent pattern. And, I believe that's actually one of the things to keep the vibe high. My own vibe high is to always be in that state of giving and have some kind of regimented practice where I am sharing something that helps me to stay connected to my heart, helps me to allow me to be present in the moment, and something that I can share with other people to bring some joy to their life. Like comedians are always making jokes. I have some friends that are comedians, and getting through a regular conversation with them can be a bit of a challenge. However, their humor makes every single conversation really, really enjoyable. So we all have our different unique gifts in how we bring light to the world. And, to sit and have this time with everyone is just such a blessing. And be able to lead these harmonizations is one of my gifts. Thank you, August. Great to see you on. You are always here on time, ready to go. I got a little disparity between my clock on the phone and the laptop, so I think I might be late. I might be early. I don't know. 7:30 every day. Anybody that's never been on this, watching this, we lead this harmonization. So today I was just going to talk about some things to consider to keep the vibration high. And this is actually, some of these are from a post, not all of them, that I saw, and I was like, whoa, this is a solid list. So one I mentioned is to always be in that state of giving and be leading with the heart. Now, it can be challenging to do that sometimes. Hey, Dion, great to see you. It can be very challenging to always be in a state of giving. So some of these things also support that ultimate state of giving. So number one here is to move on quickly. Like, don't waste time feeling sorry for myself, right? So when something goes out of the way that I wanted or desired, or I got an unintended outcome, to not just get stuck on it, like learn from it, of course. However, don't let the mind start looping over on it over and over and over and over again. And this could be akin to being a kid playing sports. If probably everybody here that's watched this has swung a baseball bat, that first swing may be a miss. There's a reason why there's 3 strikes for someone to be out, right? So that first swing, don't get thinking about it. If I get thinking about it and looping how I missed in that first swing, this next swing and the swing after, there's probably not going to be any chance that I'm going to hit it. Instead, I look for the next opportunity and I let the one fall to the side. I don't feel bad about it. The first one that I miss, I just move on to the next piece. And this is just in a baseball swing, one time at a bat. Interesting to use that analogy because I don't really play baseball very often. Can't remember the last time I did. However, I think it's very tangible. Because things go wrong, right? Things go in a way that maybe I didn't think they were going to go. A way, I should say, unexpected. And when I get stuck on them, it only is going to bring my vibe down. And looking at the bright side is obviously a way to keep my vibe high as well. So at least I got up at bat. At least I got to play. At least I got to practice, whatever it may be. There's another angle to look at this. I mean, I guess you could say at least I get to sit back down on the bench and not go stand out in the field, whatever it might be. Right? Maybe like sitting on the bench talking to your buddies in the baseball analogy. So don't waste time on it. If things are going a way that you didn't want them to go, don't waste any time on it. Just move forward. Just keep moving forward. Another one is embracing change. It's so funny because everything changes. Every single thing will change at some point. There's nothing that's stagnant. This earth is not going to stop rotating. It's not going to stop moving through the solar system. This next moment from now to the next moment of now to the next moment of now is going to have some kind of animation. The moment that it stops animating is the moment that I am ceasing to exist. All my awareness ceases to exist. So change is always going to come. To attempt to fight against that change is only going to cause one to feel powerless and distraught, because change is part of the movement that creates existence and life and perception. So whenever there's a change that may be coming, when something's changing, something might feel uncomfortable. It may even feel like a challenge. Just be grateful that something's changing, because if it wasn't changing, you'd be dead, right? So I'd be dead if things weren't changing. So that's another one. What else I got here? Wasting energy on things that I can't control. There's the serenity prayer that says something to the degree of, God grant, and this might not even be called a serenity prayer. I just remember Al-Anon going to visit for my sister. And so I may have this a little bit wrong. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And there's just so much knowledge in that. There's so much knowledge in that, and especially for anybody who is a control freak. I'm from the Northeast, so way to identify myself, right? So I'm a neurotic. So I was born neurotic. No, I was raised in a very neurotic environment, and I took along that neuroses for a long time, and I attempted to control everything around me. And I say all the time, I'm responsible for everything that comes into my awareness. That's different than attempting to control everything that comes into my awareness. And when I waste times on things that I cannot control, which is everything, really, everything outside of me, I cannot control, yet I can control it by tuning back inside me. So when I get upset about an outcome, this actually goes back to the second one that I shared here. When I get upset about something that's happening out here and attempt to reorganize it out here, and actually resist the change that's unfolding, these kind of all seem to tie together, then I can get stuck in that loop and be in a challenge, be in a position of pain. It's no wonder that these things all link together, because they're things that actually distract me from my true inner nature, from being in that loving state. Another one is being kind, fair, and always speaking up, even when it may be perceived as that's not nice. Truth is much, in my opinion, truth is much nicer than withholding truth and letting somebody get hurt or fail or whatever. There's always a line to walk here, I think, in terms of how much truth are they ready for, and what position do I put them in? Do I let them learn their own lesson? Of course. I know for me, I love the truth. I love it. Even if I'd rather have the pain come to me right now, here in this moment, all in a big dose. I don't leave Band-Aids on. I rip them off. I'm not sitting there like wetting it, taking my time. And another one is just really celebrating the success of those around me. Celebrating my own success and celebrating the success of those around me. That always keeps the vibe high, even how it could be seemingly small. And I'm going to get to learn a new dosage of that, having the baby come in, because he hasn't done anything yet. So Just him being able to sit up is going to be a big deal, right? And celebrating that in a big way. Or using the toilet, it's going to be another way to encourage him to continue to grow. And then there's big successes when people, have their successful book launches or invent a new technology that cleans the plastic in the ocean. These are great successes. So making sure that I'm always in a mode of celebration, because there's always some kind of success around me. Celebration is actually keeping the vibe high at all times. So that being said, today is it's a new moon lunar eclipse. Actually happened at 12:12 last night Eastern time. It's happening all day today. So cosmically, lots of energetic changes. This is a huge portal, huge gateway. You can go online and look it up if you want to know more details on it. It's not something that I am a trained expert at. It is something that I am aware of. So there's definitely a lot of great information if you want to see. There's another eclipse coming, two back to back here, which is a pretty abnormal thing, here on January 10th. So in 16 days, there'll be another one. And that's been actually the day that my son keeps telling me he's coming in. So we're really excited for the 10th of January. We'll see what happens there. And if you have, there's an app called Skyview. Is that what it is? I think it's Skyview. I'm going to tell you right now because you want to get it. Skyview. There's a free version of it. If you get a clear night, make sure you look up in the sky with this sky view. And there's one star that seems to be really, really bright in the sky. And it's actually not a star. It is actually Saturn. And right behind it is Pluto, which is why it's so bright. This is known as the Star of Bethlehem, actually. That's what scholars think it is. Now, the really interesting thing is, if you follow the trajectory of those, you're going to find Venus, the moon, the sun, which is below the horizon, right? Neptune, and I think Jupiter was in there. So actually, there's a really interesting phenomenon that I never noticed before. Maybe this happens every year at this time. Maybe it's just because haven't seen the stars like this. I'm pretty sure this is a very rare occurrence, though. All the planets, along with the moon and the sun, seem to be in this beautiful alignment in the night sky from up here down below the horizon. So don't know what it necessarily means. Definitely think it's worth checking out. So let's get ourselves into alignment right now. Beautiful things happening in the world every single day. You are one of them. So get in that position of meditation and just get centered, straighten the back up. We do a little wiggle side to side. Open up that spine. Roll the shoulders a few times. Rolling the neck. And then coming to center, chin back. Notice the crown of the head reaching towards the sky a little bit, just pulling itself up, and the chest coming forward, heart in front, exhaling all the air out of the lungs, breathing in through the nose, filling the belly, and then the chest, holding at the top. And here, just doing a scan of the internal worlds, and exhaling. Holding at the top again. Scanning the body, checking to see where I'm loose, I'm limber, sturdy, any tension, and exhaling out. checking my emotional state. How am I feeling today? What are the emotions best to describe where I'm at right now? And just taking note of that. And one more deep breath into the mind. Noticing how just this 3 breaths has already started to slow and create some space within the mind. And then breathing at your own pace, noticing the inhale and becoming one with the breath as I exhale. Just unifying with the spirit of breath for a moment. It comes in and out. Noticing the calm within the silence. Now is a beautiful time to set an intention for how I'd like to be feeling. Bringing the attention to the heart. with each breath. Each inhale filling with love, filling with light. And holding at the top and radiating that love outward. And exhaling out anything that no longer serves me. Alchemizing each breath into pure beauty. Remember to love myself, my consciousness, this existence, making this primary. Noticing the peace within, the stillness, the love within. And now projecting that peace and love out into the world for all beings to experience, to give. visualizing the world lit up by peace, by love. Knowing this starts inside of me, ripples out into my own home, my own community. Harmonizing the globe. And on the next inhale, bringing the hands in front of the heart, prayer position, pressing them together. Feeling the light within traverse every cell of the body. All the love, all the calm, imprinted on every single cell. I am the light. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the light. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the light. I am the truth. I am the life. Allow this to ripple out into existence. Each being that speaks these words to embody the light, the truth, and the life. Gently lowering the hands down, opening the eyes, coming back to presence, coming back to this now out here in a state of harmonization. Thank you all for joining today and sitting with this. Really, really appreciate it. God bless you. I love you. Have a magical, blessed day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.